Hey guys, so today's video, or the subject of today's video, is a little bit of an interesting one. As everybody in this community knows, Dead by Daylight's known to be sort of toxic. If you look at Twitter, Reddit, anything, you can see the players constantly butting heads and screaming at each other, and you see the players constantly whining and crying at the devs for every little possible thing that they can cry about. Which it's like, I get that the developers make mistakes and sometimes they don't do everything perfectly, but you have to understand that they are pretty transparent with the player base, and they do a lot of hot fixes and a lot of updates, and they communicate a lot with the community, which a lot of developers don't, and I don't think people give them enough credit for that. But aside from people being toxic on social media, they're toxic in the game in general, right? So as far as, people say that being toxic is camping and tunneling and teabagging and flashlight clicking, that sort of thing. Which, I mean, I guess it can be if you want to consider it toxic. I more personally think that it's more toxic to send messages to a stranger, a person you've never met, personally attacking them because of a video game. I think that's a little bit more toxic, just if, in my opinion. It doesn't mean that that's true. It's just what I think. But I can see what people mean. I think that it's just a matter of taking a video game too seriously. And I think that the reactions that people give others, those negative reactions, are what kind of makes the toxic gameplay part of it continue. For example, like people constantly messaging every single killer that, how dare you camp, how dare you tunnel, how dare you do this, and they'll do it even if the killer doesn't necessarily do those things. Like for example, there's many times where I have a survivor hooked and I see a survivor right next to the hook, and then the survivor starts just looping around the person on the hook, and then I get messages saying, "Oh, you camped." It's like, fuck you. I didn't camp, come on. No, but it's not camping. It's not. If you should be mad at anybody, you should be mad at your shitty teammate for doing circles around you while you're on the hook. Anyway, what I'm getting at is that it's that reaction, right? It's the messaging, it's the freaking out. It's that part of it is what really, I think it's the main reason that the toxic gameplay exists. Because you have people that do it just to troll, just to get reactions. I do that. You look at my channel, I have, making streamers rage, hate mail compilation, because I think it's hilarious. Like, the fact that somebody can take a video game so seriously that they want to go and just message somebody they've never met, know nothing about, just because of how they played a fucking game. It's hilarious to me. And I think that's why, I mean, you go on YouTube and you see how many views videos like that get, because other people think that it's hilarious too. It is funny. That's why people troll. It's for the reaction, because the reaction is what's funny. So if you're somebody who is so passionately against camping and tunneling, right? You think it's just bottom of the barrel, scum of the earth type shit. What I'm going to need you to do is just stop messaging people, because that's what's causing it. That's why it continues, because of people like you. It's because of that reaction. Let me give you an example. Say somebody is camping for 10 games straight or something like that, and they don't get one message. You think they're just going to keep doing that over and over? Because I can tell you right now, camping isn't fun. No killer thinks camping is fun. It's not. You just sit there. You just sit there. It's not fun. The chasing is the fun part. It's more fun to play that way. But what's fun is getting those reactions. That's very entertaining. So you flipping out, and that's just, you're the problem. I'm sorry to break it to you. You're the problem. So I have an example here from where I was streaming, and this guy, I was playing Survivor and he was killer, and he was trying really hard to get a reaction out of me. He even messaged me after the game to try to get a reaction, since I didn't message him, and I still didn't give him a reaction. And it's just like, if that sort of thing were to happen over and over and he didn't get any reaction at all, he probably wouldn't continue to play that way. So I'm just gonna let you watch the clip real quick, and we'll go from there. Ah! Damn, the waiting for the death. Oh, he's shaking his head at me too. That's okay. We got a salty sweat head. That's fine. Alright. I respect it. I respect it. Yeah, GG. It's a good game. I mean, he's rank 1, so he's obviously good. I'm gonna do some trolling. I don't blame him. He probably had some games earlier where maybe some survivors were annoying, so he wanted to sort of troll in return. I get that. Yeah, that guy's definitely trolling. I love it. I love trolls, man. That guy wants me to be salty so bad. I love it, dude. That feeling when you troll somebody to get a reaction, but you don't get the reaction you're looking for. You can smell another hate mail. Yeah, the guy trolled me. I just was like, cool. Said GG. And he's just trying to make me mad. But I can't be mad. I cannot. Because I do it. I troll. I can't be mad at somebody for doing something that I also do. You know what I mean? Be fucked up. I trolled people, and then when people trolled me, I was like, what the fuck, man? That guy's a bitch. That would be so hypocritical. I don't agree with that. Yeah, dude. I absolutely respect face camping, nodding, head shaking Bubba. 100%. Do your thing. Do your thing and do it well. The thing is, I couldn't even talk shit against that guy because like he's obviously not bad at the game. He wants to troll. Everybody gets bored of the same shit over and over. Let's get a good little trolley troll in there, you know? Well, there you go. That wasn't so hard, was it? And you can see how that guy, you know, he wanted that reaction. Wanted that salt. Didn't get it though, did he? And if that happened to him every single time he played that way, I can guarantee you after one day of doing that and getting no responses, he'd probably stop. But yeah, I do hope that this video did shed some light on those people who are constantly always salty all the time about how other people play. And I hope this kind of opens their eyes to see that they're not helping the situation by constantly, you know, crying and flipping out because the rest of us think it's funny. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you realize that people are laughing at, you know, your anguish, the better. That's going to do it for this video. See ya.